You know, during the addition of this third rail, the neighbors along this line have had to endure countless amounts of noise, countless amount of traffic. We've now had a pandemic where so many of us were forced to stay indoors. And during a pandemic, to think that suddenly, overnight, this project has transformed into something that the residents were not kept aware of. The stakeholders have not been included in what has taken place here, and that is now the inclusion of not only giant 120 high poles, but the movement of the poles from the north side to the south side. Well, we're not going to take it. We're not going to stand for this. And as a community, and as elected officials, we have come together to say we are standing with you, because this is not just simply about this community. This is about every single community that is along this line. Because if this is what's going to take place here, you can only imagine. So we did send out letters to all the relevant players in the government, from the MTA to Long Island Railroad to PSEG. I do want all the residents to know I received a response immediately back from PSEG. I received a phone call where they basically said they did not support this. They did not want this. They said it was done by 3TC without their input. Well, my comment is that's all well and good. But you know what? How can the contractor do these sort of changes to the project without keeping you informed and without keeping their neighbors informed? I'm still actually waiting for a response from the Long Island Railroad and MTA. The Long Island Railroad sent me a letter saying they would respond to me. Well, we're not going to wait anymore. So what we're going to do, as I said, we are galvanizing with all of you. We're going to put pressure on all these entities. We're not going to let them pass the buck. We're going to do the right thing. And if it has to go to litigation, it will go to litigation.
You know, like so many communities along this project, you all went out to community meetings, whether they're property owner associations, whether they were civic meetings. You learned about the project, you asked questions, you saw renderings, and even if you weren't happy about it, you thought you had an idea of what to expect across the street from your house. And when that changes, in particular under the unprecedented circumstances we've been under in recent months, that's just unacceptable.
They said they were going to do no harm. We asked them, do no harm. They said, okay, we're going to make sure that the roads are safer. We're going to keep the environmental down. We're going to make sure that the roads are, the soundboards are put up. The community is going to be, the grass garden is going to be more green than it ever was. Do no harm. But when you put 9-story poles in a 2-story community, you did us a lot of harm.
You know what? The real answer is take them down. 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 You know, the 3T company, it stands for terrible, terrible, and terrible. The 3T. Holy smokes. I got to tell you, this is a bedroom community, not an industrial area. You wake up in the morning, you go out to get your paper, and you see these monster poles? No way. It's wrong. It's got to be stopped. We're here to help you stop it.
To be fair, this project is big. There's been a lot of communication between the MTA and the public over the past few years, a significant amount, and we believe that's aimed at building trust. The problem is, trust isn't a part-time job. Trust is a full-time job, okay? You don't get to be trustworthy and upfront 90% of the time and secretive and untrustworthy the other 10. It doesn't work that way. These polls represent a gross violation of the public trust.
Don Clavin, our great supervisor, alluded to the fact that 5 years ago, PSEG had proposed a hardening project on the east end of Garden City. And there were going to be monster poles right in the backyards of Garden City residents. And the Garden City residents, the civics, they got together with us. We demanded that PSEG remove those poles, and ladies and gentlemen, they did. So we have the heart, we have the drive, we have the motivation here. As Don Clavin has said, there has been a precedent.
So I'm going to ask all of you, you keep it up on social media, you send the emails, you call your elected officials. You don't let us off the hook. You keep pressuring me. That's what it's about. That's our responsibility, because we're going to be responsible, and we're going to stand with you, and whatever it's going to take, it has to get done. These cannot stand. This 120 nightmare cannot stand in this community or any others.